Hey guys, it's CL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make brand new critical recaps every Monday at noon, and would be happy to have you join the party. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and hit the Bertrand bell to be notified of future videos. Now, without further ado, let's discuss the fourth and final episode of Exandria Unlimited, Calamity. Now I want to put in place a trigger warning. The episode deals a lot with loss and at times gruesome death. Make sure you're prepared to take on such heavy subjects. Brennan opens the episode with a very similar monologue as our opening in the first entry of the campaign, speaking of fire and feeling as if it's in slow motion. Less than a second passes as we watch the beginning ripples of the blast take effect. As the Tree of Names dies, Paisha loses her arm, the bone and skin severing at the elbow as she and Loquacious are thrown away from the tree. Then, the integrity of all magical items in the vicinity is challenged by a pulse of energy, all 5 of the Avalarians in the room losing something, such as Paisha's ward on her mind breaking and unleashing all of her visions she saw from the Tree of Names, while also losing 2 fingers as her ring of protection is destroyed. Then we watch as all of them are thrown back by the pulse, Xerxes and Nidus unconscious, and both Paisha and Loquacious dead. Scared and horrified, Laren misty steps as the Lord of the Hells discusses with his followers. Dweomer, the mage who attempted to kill Nidus to protect Madam Architect, is able to Twitch livestream what the devil is up to, and Laren's able to enjoy said feed because she's Amazon Prime subscribed to Critical Role's Twitch channel. Xerxes, somewhere between alive and dead, is able to peer through the sundered tree at a golden-faced man with red hair who seems to be in agony. Xerxes' spirit or essence, I don't know, it was fucking made of this dude's blood, and it made a hand and stuff. I don't know what happened. And he's able to pull the heart of the Lord of the Hells into Exandria. He tries to heal the man, to place an atonement on him. But how can he atone for something he doesn't believe he did wrong? Fiery hatred spreads from the Lord of the Hells, and the two share a heated exchange, Xerxes being killed and brought back, and finally killed again. He left Xerxes with a choice. Despite their differences in ideals, the god is able to see the potential Paladad he holds and offers him to either move on to the pools of the afterlife, or he can accept the mace of the Black Crown, one of the first vestiges, and become a champion for the Lord of the Underworld. Then, the god steps through a portal, meeting another betrayer in Vasselheim. All of this happened in 1 second, y'all. It took an hour and a half of the 6-hour episode. I knew we were in some deep doo-doo. Meanwhile, Sarret makes his way to his 2 children, the screams of chaos below him. We watch a large group of people get bisected, as too many people are on the dais that tries to teleport them away. Horrifying stuff. Finally making it home to his kids Maya and Kier, Sarret attempts to give them comfort and promises that he will return to look for them before teleporting them away to their mother Rain, with the stones given to him by his former partner. He then sets the place aflame, regret seeping through his soul, thinking of all the times he could have spent with his wife, his children, but he was busy with work. This is getting way too real for me. Okay. Sarret is able to hear that terrible 1 second we all went through and goes to try and meet up with Laren to regroup as Xerxes meets Evandrin in the space between. I don't know still if he's dead or not, but we'll get to that in epilogue stuff. The husbands share a very tender moment, only thinking of how they could save their son, and Xerxes makes a devastating choice. He must become what he hates, as Evandrin has no way out, and Elias needs to be saved. Laren and Sarret arrive to see the now former paladin return to life a changed man. His skin reddened as if it had been burned, large horns now curling away from his forehead. Then, some fucky-wucky stuff happens. Though the other seemed a bit frustrated he didn't immediately go to help his fallen friends, he does get a lead by using atonement on Vespin Chloris, who is actually receptive to it this time, and tells him that they should go speak with Carwyn the Oracle. He's around long enough for Xerxes to restore both Nidus and Loquacious, and the bard uses his mote of aether magic to restore Pacia's life. Vespin Chloris leaves before the spell on him fades, and the Ring of Brass quickly go meet with Carwyn. She heals them after they break the spell circle around her, and she unleashes another prophecy on them, that if the primordials of fire and earth rise again, Exandria is done for, and the mortals who live there will be tortured for eternity. A bell rings in Leyren's head. It's still an apogee solstice. Sure, teleporting Avalier is no longer a priority anymore, but what if she used her life's work to teleport the primordials away? Meaning that the mortals would be safe forever from the union of primordial and betrayer god. The party splits up to tackle different goals before the end of the world is upon them. Pacia visits her grandfather's statue at the Ring of Gold, which has been entirely magically protected. She breaks off a piece of the perfect replica of Avalier and sends it along with the sphere containing all of her knowledge, conversations, back deals, whatever, and sends it to Seret's daughter Maya. It seemed during her death she realized, information is powerful, but if no one's around to hear it, it's useless. On her way out, she finds Loris and Eldamir the Wise, who order everyone to protect Avalier instead of its people. The Ring of Brass say, fuck that, and Nidus goes to use the airships at his disposal to get everyone to safety as Loquacious goes on air in the city to tell everyone to flee, using Eldamir's likeness to keep powerful mages in power behind to sync with the ship. Serves them right. Meanwhile, Seret follows the newly transformed Xerxes to keep an eye on him, as he heads down below to Cath Moira and attempt to save his son. Elias is shocked at his father's new appearance, especially after not having seen him for nearly 7 years, and the devil hands him a diary of sorts, with information on he and his husband, and makes sure his son gets to safety. The Ring of Brass reconvene at the Astral Layrite, Leyren beginning work just as Vespin Chloris and some rogue automatons Nidus had built appear to stop them. Now there was a little hiccup I noticed people were talking about in Twitch chat, and I wanted to call attention to it. The challenge was the group had 3 rounds before Avalier landed to send the primordials away, or else they would awaken at the power being restored to Exandria during the replenishment. During the second round, Vespin attempts to use Power Word Kill, a 9th level spell, on Leyren, who is key to the entire plan. Pacia attempts to counterspell, and Seret goes to use his Mage Slayer feat, which allows him to attack a creature using a spell. However, Quay uses Silvery Barbs to give Seret disadvantage so that Pacia can have advantage on her counterspell roll. However, the spell fails because of another counterspell, and Brennan rules that Seret can have a second go, as if he hadn't had disadvantage, he could have potentially killed Vespin Chloris. Yes, he did need the natural 20 that he rolled, but I'm a big believer in telling a story over rule mechanics if it makes the game fun for you and your friends, and I was really pleased to see him get the kill off to allow Leyren to finish the Astral Layrite just in time for the city of Avalier to land in its cradle. What did you guys think of the episode? This is definitely the best miniseries they've done so far, and I'd love to see them tackle more stories from the Calamity in the future. How do you feel about how everyone ended up? Loquacious and Leyren reconcile, luckily, but the only character who was able to make it out of Avalier alive was Seret, which, low-key, he's the one I wanted to survive just because of his relationship with his kids. Speaking of the kids, what do you think his daughter Maya did with Pacia's passed on knowledge? I saw a lot of people in Twitch chat predicting she might go on to be one of the founding members of the Cobalt Soul. I think that would be incredibly cool. What did you think of the reveal that the former remains of Avalier is the land now known as the Shattered Teeth, an archipelago in the modern day, as the Lord of the Hells needed to shatter the smile of Exandria after what they did to the slumbering primordials. I have always wanted more Asilra in the campaigns, but after this story arc, I really can't wait for Bell's Hells or whichever future campaign gets to visit those islands and uncover some of the history submerged in the sea and bedrock. What happened to Elias? Xerxes and Evandrin's son. As the city of Avalere is collapsing, the paladin watches his son hop aboard his father's starry griffin and enter a space with his father Evandrin. Was it like symbolism that one day they come back together, or did he actually escape his purgatory? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe and give the video a like. And check out my other recaps of Campaign 3, which will return July 4th, don't forget. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Bidet, my friends.